Well, San Diego is reopening, but what does that mean for your debt? Brent Wilsey of Wilsey Asset Management joins us now to discuss how you can handle your excess debt. Brent, good morning and happy Father's Day.
Well, good morning. Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Hey, thanks, Brent. Okay, you have, in your correspondence with us here, you have sent us 7 basic bullet points of what you should do. And the first one is basically know where your starting point is, right? We'll go right down the line.
Sure, let's go right down the line there. And again, this is very hard, but take inventory of where you stand now, because it's hard to do that. It's kind of like, all right, I go on a diet, for my weight. Now you have to do the financial diet of, let's see where I stand. And this is very hard to do because you've got to do it. Don't do it in your head. Actually do it on paper. Sit down and actually do it.
That's a very good point. So if it's laid out in front of you and you can see it, it's tangible.
Exactly, right.
Okay, the next one is don't put it off.
Yeah, and this is so hard to do because people say, yeah, I'm going to do it tomorrow, no big deal, or I'll do it next week. I want people to write down, I'm going to do it today at 12 o'clock or today at 5 o'clock. I mean, it is Father's Day, so let's take a little break here. But write down when you're going to do it. Again, if you write things down, it'll get done. But if you say you're going to do it, it may be a month from now, like, oh my gosh, I've never done that. So write down when you're going to do it and stick to it.
Good, very good advice there. You say make some payments. What does that mean?
Well, what that means is now you've taken some inventory, you kind of know where you stand. You may find some things that, oh my gosh, that bill is 4 months overdue. I've not done nothing at all. Send them some money to know that you are on the positive side, that you're trying to do the right thing. So once you have this inventory, and I don't know how many bills people may find out, like, oh my gosh, I found 5 or 6 different bills. Whichever ones are really way behind, send a payment right now to know that, so the lenders know that you're committed to actually making payments to them.
And the next one is, and this is really important, reach out to the lenders, contact them, let them know what's going on, let them know where you are.
And actually, all these points are very hard, but this is probably the hardest one because you have to call. You have to talk to someone and say, look, I'm in trouble. But understand, these lenders, they want your business. They want to work with you. They're not against you. They want you as a customer for 5, 10, 20 years. So you want to work you through this. And they know we went through a very difficult time during the pandemic, so they're willing to work with you. But you may be on hold for a while. You might have to call back a few times. This is why if you're behind on something, make a payment, because it's not going to be a 2-minute phone call and it's done. It could take you, 30, 40, maybe an hour to get this done, and maybe you have to call back. So don't give up on it because they want to talk to you, but they too are very busy.
Okay, the next one you point out is create a budget. Very important.
Yeah, very important. And again, it's kind of like, taking the medicine. It's not easy to create a budget. Nobody wants to do that because then you kind of reveal like, oh my gosh, I'm spending more than I should be. But you've got to do it. You've got to write it down. You've got to have it. And just like, creating that inventory. Once you make that budget, stick to it. I know it's hard, but you've got to get out of this hole that you're in. The best way to do is have a plan, which is known as a budget.
This is another tough one. The next one is try to work more. Or find another job and have another source of income.
Yeah, and again, you're in a hole. It's not going to go away magically. You got to do some extra things to get out of it. You can even ask your employer for a raise. I mean, right now there's some employers that they're cramming for people. Maybe it is a great time to ask for a raise. Maybe you can work, just maybe 10 hours extra a week. I mean, gosh, we have 24 hours in a day. If you work an extra hour or 2 a day, that can really add up over a month's time. You could get out of your hole quicker, but you got to work a little bit more for it. And then also too, there are other part-time jobs you can do. I mean, right now restaurants are clamoring for people. Please come work. I mean, you've got the Uber drivers, the Instacarts, and so forth. So you can pick up some extra money to get yourself out of this hole that you're into.
That's a good point. And lastly, and this is very important, watch out for scams. What are the red flags we need to look for?
Well, the biggest red flag is when they say, we're going to take care of everything, going to pay nothing, send us $1,000. We'll take care of everything for you. Do not send any money up front. And by the way, lenders do not like working with third parties. There's very few out there that really can do the job. They are trying to sell you something. If they're so adamant, like, yes, we can get you out of this, say, okay, I'll go with you, but I'll pay you 10% of what you save me on the debt. They probably won't go for that, but you want them as a partner, not as someone that's going to scam you and take your upfront payment, and you end up with still owing the same amount you owed before.
All right, all good points. Great advice, Brent. Got any big plans for Father's Day? What has Chase got planned for you today?
Well, Chase is buying the steaks. He's bringing the steaks over. We're going to barbecue. My kids are coming over. It's going to be a beautiful day out there in North Poway, and we're looking forward to spending time with the kids. And they're so busy, so it's great to see them on Father's Day.
That's great. Tell them I said hi and enjoy your day.
We'll definitely do that. You too.
All right. Thanks, Brent.